We are back. We are back. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day here. I will make sure that I have everything up and running correctly. And we will go from there. Guess we gotta go to YouTube Studio. Hope everyone is having a good day. Let's add a good old thumbnail here. And we should be off and running. Good to me. Looks good to me. Okay. So for today, we will be squatting again. I think we squatted last week, but that's all right. I think I'll bring a deadlift session maybe next week and we can test that out. But everything looks like it's up and running. Oh, we got a new follower, Neptunium. How's it going? Thanks for following. If this is your first time here, we like to train. We like to do some lifting here. Got the gym in the background here. I'm just getting warmed up. And we'll be doing some squatting today. A little bit of bench pressing. And yeah, should be a good night. How's everyone's week been going? Hopefully you can all hear me good. Got the old trusty hip circle. Your video seems backwards. What do you mean by that? Because beer reads as Reeb. That is true, actually. My I never considered that before. My stream is backwards. That is true. You're not crazy. I don't know, I just liked the orientation of myself facing this direction. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go without t-shirts with text on it moving forward here. Never thought of that at all. Might be a joke and you might think you're drunk already. Reeb. But yeah, I have the image mirrored. So that's what's going on there. Neptunium, you, what brings you to the stream? Do you train yourself? You just checking things out, see what's going on? But yeah, we're gonna squat today. We have some squats. We're gonna do 5 singles. We're gonna do 3 sets of 4, and then we're gonna move into some bench pressing. We're gonna be doing more legs up bench press again today. I rather enjoyed those last week. So we're gonna be doing some more of those. It's good practice for me, good technique work. And then we got some leg accessories, some lat pull down, abs, all the good stuff. Of course, as always, we got our little RuneScape buddy in the corner. Chopping away. We're still building up his strength levels for now. But yeah, let's go take a look at the main gym. Make sure this camera's working correctly. Looks like it's all right. So yeah, when I'm squatting, I like to use this hip circle here. One thing about the hip circle is we can push up out against it. It starts activating a lot of the leg musculature, and then we can just get some body weight squats. Sometimes I like using this pole here, just help me sink into a lower and deeper position, and really warming up the bottom position of the squat so that we can really get a good depth for when we start loading up the barbell. I'm also gonna get the shoulders warmed up. If you folks don't use this currently for your warm-ups, one of these red bands is one of the best things you can have in your gym bag for warm-up. Everyone's kind of got bum shoulders in today's day and age, sitting down all the time, spending lots of time at the computer. And the band, as you can see here, I like to alternate between a banded pull-apart. Do as many reps as that feels good. And a band and shoulder dislocate. Helps activate the muscles on the back half of the shoulder and stretch the muscles out on the front of the shoulder. Chicklet is here. How's it going, Chicklet? How's it going, Chicklet? I saw her earlier today, actually. She was a little sleepy, so hopefully she's feeling better. No kittens. The kittens aren't even hanging out with her today. She is probably having a rough day. Where are London and Charlie? Okay. Well, I guess we might as well hop into it, get the bar moving. Ugh. London in her usual spot on the couch. Okay, so you have London, and then Charlie's MIA. So you're fine then, you got some kittens there. So I had some time last week to talk with Coach about how things are going. And one piece of feedback he gave me about squats is that he wanted me to try speeding up the descent of the squat. So as I'm coming down, I've always really controlled the squat. Nice slow descent, get into that nice strong bottom position, and come up from there. But what he advised me to do is actually to speed up that descent, increase that speed so that we can maybe get a little bit more bounce out of the bottom. He didn't want me to go 0 to 100. He didn't want me to accelerate that much, but just dial it up a little bit. So we're going to try and do that today. And of course, as soon as I started streaming, someone gave me a call here, so I missed that call. We're going to have to call them back another day. No one's calling me at 7 p.m. on a Friday that matters, I don't think. Not that I don't have added in my phone already. All right, throw some 45s on. Ugh. All right. Why did you put the plates on backwards? That's actually a really good question. So the plates go on backwards. Only the first plate. So that's something to know. So Chicklet asked, why do the plates go on backwards? The very first plate goes on backwards in powerlifting specifically. And this is for judges actually. So when you're judging the squat, you have judges sitting on each side of the squat. And what they're looking is to see that that inside plate is the correct plate so that the bar is correctly loaded. So the very first plate gets loaded on backwards, and then every sequential plate gets loaded on the correct way or facing the outside. And that's so the judges can see that the bar is properly loaded. Very, very observant. But we shall add more. We got a ways to climb today. We're going up to 370 pounds, so it's gonna feel heavy today. I'm wandering around not knowing what I should do here. I guess I should just squat. So far, so good. And there you go, Chicklet. Now the plates are loaded the correct way. All right. I've had a busy week as usual. Glad it's Friday. Still got some work this weekend, unfortunately, but we had our usual week. This is day 2 of training. I still have one more training day after today. But I've actually been really liking the 3-day week training. I've talked a little bit about that in some of my shorts that I posted this week, if you guys had a chance to check those out. And one of my trainees was also struggling a bit getting her workouts in, and she's currently on a 4-day training split. And her and I were talking it over, and I recommended to her, or I asked her what she thought about just going to a 3-day a week program. And she was a little hesitant of it, but I think I have her convinced that 3 days is the right call for her, because she's just as busy as I am, if not more so, and she's been struggling to get her workouts in. I know Chicklet's doing 3 days a week at bar class, so she can attest that 3 days a week is a nice balance as well. Especially during summer. We've got so much going on in summer. Once winter comes around, my schedule opens up a little bit, and we'll add that extra training day. Plus beach, yeah. We play beach volleyball, so it never ends. It never ends. And we have golf. Well, not we. I have golf. Ooh. Belt's getting a little tight. We've been adding a little bit of weight, which is a good thing. All right, weight is moving quick, nice and speedy, but we got a ways to go. Hope everyone is having a good week. If you just rolled in, let us know how you're doing. Let us know what brought you to the stream. We're doing pretty good. I am, what am I in? This is my 4th live stream here. We're about 3 weeks into live streaming. We're on Twitch and YouTube. I do see we have some people joining us here from Twitch, so that's nice to see. So yeah, that's awesome. If you are YouTube people too, I am trying to grow that channel, so go like us on Twitch, or go like us on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Trying to get the subscriber count up there. It's a little tougher than I anticipated. Chicklet likes to creep. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. We don't mind you creeping. Okay. What do you guys think? Add another 50 and do it again? Might as well not dilly-dally. I think we'll put on some clips here. Starting to slide around a little on me. We don't need that. All right, 275 pounds, 100 more pounds, and we are at our working weight. But yeah, training's been good. We're, I think, 4 weeks into this new program, and we have a lot of momentum going, which is nice because it's been the first time in quite some time that I actually do have some momentum. And I actually applied for another powerlifting job I'll tell you about here when I'm done loading up these plates. All right, 315. We'll do that there. On our way up to 370, where we'll stay at for the day. 5 sets of one is what we're doing today. So yeah, I actually applied for, I'll call it a job, call it a powerlifting job. The Saskatchewan Powerlifting Association is the governing body for the sport of powerlifting in Saskatchewan here. And they actually put out a post at the beginning of the week for 3 new positions coming up. Not new positions, positions coming up for vote at the annual general meeting. And one of those positions was the records chair, meaning people that keep track of the records as new records are set in competition. So updating that on the website and printing out the records to present to the athletes, mailing them out, things like that. So I sent the president a message saying that I was interested and submitted my name. I don't think that I'm going to get it at the end of the day. I did actually send a message to a gentleman named Danny because once I did a little bit more research, I saw that Danny was the current records chair, and I know Danny, so I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, are you looking to move on from your position, or is this simply a formality? Because for those of you who don't know how boards works, usually it's like a timed thing. Hey, they're required to vote on a position every so often. It's not just held indefinitely. There's term limits, basically. And when I messaged him, he wasn't really looking to move on. So more often than not, if someone's currently in that position and they want to continue on with that position, they're going to continue to be allowed to keep that position. And Danny does a lot in the community. He has a powerlifting team out of Saskatoon. The powerlifting meet that I was most recently refereeing, he was one of the meet directors for that powerlifting meet. So if he's interested in keeping that position, he's far more experienced in the powerlifting world than I am, and we'll let him keep on doing that. Not that it's my choice, but I won't be looking to compete him out of a job by any stretch, is my point. But that's all right. I probably don't need more work on my plate. Would have been nice, but Charlie was in his hammock. I'm glad you found Charlie. I am glad you found Charlie. Who would have thunk to look in his hammock? For those of you who don't know, Charlie is a cat, and he has a cat hammock. And if Charlie was missing, honestly, that should have been the first place that Chicklet looked, because I think that Charlie spends at least 50% of his days in that hammock. All right, let's get another squat in here. Okay. So what do we think? Should we take one more jump or 2 more jumps between here and 75? Well, if we go from 315 we just take a 30-pound jump, okay? I think we just take one more. Okay, 345 pounds? 345 pounds. Oh, we forgot all about our RuneScape buddy. Chicklet, you gotta be watching that. Got to be watching that. It's also our music. Maybe you guys don't like this music, I don't know. I don't mind a little background music. That would be a nice spot if we could get that. Can you guys hear that music? Is it a little loud? I doubt it. Got distracted by Charlie. Can you hear the RuneScape music at all, Chicklet? Yes, you can. And how does the volume sound? Is it pretty low? I don't really want it drowning out my voice by any stretch, but is it distracting, I guess is my question. Yes, but not loud. Okay, good enough for me then. Do you think it should be louder? Just background noise. Okay, good enough for me. No, shouldn't be louder. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Where are we today? We are 52,000 away from our next level. Our next level is level 71. Let's see if we can make it there today. For some reason, I kind of doubt it. Okay. All right, one more warm-up set here, and we will be back at it. At our working weight, ready to go. I think we'll add in the wrist reps. Talked a little bit about the wrist wraps last time. And again, I think I'm going to try and find a way to get the chat up on this TV here, because it is tough for me to see what the chat is doing from the gym floor here, but if I could get it up on this TV, I'd be able to respond and chat with you guys from out on the gym floor, which I think would be a heck of a lot better. Easy peasy. Okay. So, how do I get to 375? Suppose I take off the 10s. Put on the 25s. So 315 plus 50 is 365, plus 10 is 375. That's what we're looking for. And we shall take a couple minutes rest for sure. Let's call it 4 minutes here. 4-minute rest. Oh, I do have a chatter here in YouTube and I missed it. Wonder how long it'll keep pumping and gaining. Thanks for the chats here. I wonder why that's not showing up in my multi-chat. That's upsetting. Sorry I missed that there, Alo. Thank you for the chats. I'm doing well. How's your week been? Why didn't that work? That's upsetting. It's cool, bro. Good, good, good. Appreciate you joining. Now I gotta figure that out. Should be connected. Awesome, good, good. It's been a good week. YouTube. Looks like it's connected. Interesting. Platforms, YouTube. Do you often do streaming? Do you often do stretching or warm-ups? Stretching? No, not too much stretching, to be honest. I like to stretch in between my workouts. Like, often if I do stretching, it'll be up in the living room while I'm watching TV. I don't like to do a lot of stretching in and around the time I'm lifting. Generally speaking, people are going to recommend you don't do a lot of static stretching around the time you're lifting. Lengthening the muscles often doesn't go well together at the same time that you're trying to do strength work. But like I said, if I'm upstairs just watching some TV or something like that with fiance, we'll do a little bit of stretching there. And I do actually do flooring for a living, and that involves a lot of me on the ground, on my knees, kind of moving around that way. So I do a lot of groundwork is what I call it. So I feel like I get a lot of active recovery just from up and down off the floor and, being on my knees. Like here, I'll change the view to the gym view. Back when I was personal training, a lot of the time you'll see people in yoga, they'll just hang out down here in what's called the Caesar position. And this does a lot of stretching of the front of your calves, your shins, through your quads here. If you can hang out down here comfortably, that's usually pretty good for most people. So, do you find yourself needing to stretch? Is that the interest there? I did a little bit at the beginning too with my shoulders too. A lot of us are sitting and working at the desk a lot, so you do need to do some stuff for your shoulders, for your chest, because these muscles get like really rounded. You see a older person, a lot of the times they have that hunch in their head forward posture. So stretching your chest, the front of your shoulders, strengthening your back muscles. That's a great way for to help maintain a good posture over time. Also a stretcher guy. Hey, I wish I stretched more, to be honest. I wish I stretched more. Did a few yoga sessions too, yeah. Again, back when I worked at the gym, we had yoga on Sundays that I would like to do maybe 2-3 times a month at most. It's not my favorite modality of fitness, so I don't make as much time as I should for it, but I did like going there because I felt great at the end of a yoga session. Like, Chris was the instructor who did the yoga class at the time, and he was a really fan of lazy yoga. I don't know much about yoga, but he called it lazy yoga, and by the end of the session, when we're just laying there in the dark and you're feeling all relaxed, it was a great feeling. Sure. Hey, I don't mind it. Let me know what it is. If you have like a video link, I don't know if you're allowed to post video links in the chat. If you even call it by the exercise name, I might know it. But yeah, throw it out there. I'm gonna get my first set of squats in here, and when I'm back, I'll take a look. And yeah, what I'm doing here is getting another angle on this because I like to film my sets from this angle so I can send them to the coach. Of course, my camera is just all greasy from working all day. Okay, that looks good there. And I think our music is on repeat. Yeah, we gotta randomize that. I always gotta remember. Sea Shanty, that's the best tune in RuneScape. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. That felt great. That felt good. Take a quick look at that. Then we'll take about a 5-minute break. Again, being that it's heavier, we're gonna have to take a little longer breaks today, which is fine. Yeah, alright, cool, no worries. I'll put down the instructions here in the chat later, sure. Sounds good to me, Alo. Sounds good to me. So yeah, we're gonna do that for 5 sets in total. Set 1. What did it look like? I skipped right over it. Good. Speed looked good to me. So yeah, I was talking about it earlier, but we are trying out a faster descent on our squats. I've always squatted quite slow on the way down, which has worked for me historically. I think it gets me into a nice stable bottom position, but I am well practiced at it. So coach recommended that I speed that up and use that to get a little bit of bounce out of the hole. And we're thinking that that could translate to some better numbers down the road, which makes sense. Your body has that natural elasticity in that bottom position, so you might as well try and take advantage of it. You try going down too slow and you lose that bounce, that natural elasticity that you have in that bottom position when your muscles are at a full contraction and a full lengthen, depending on which ones we're talking about. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Try my best to answer them here. So, this is something I've been complaining about every single stream here. So on Twitch, it actually is reading as unstable. Bitrate, unstable, hey? I was watching somebody today and they actually described it as that kind of always being the case and something not to worry about, which I'm glad to hear. I haven't heard from many people that the stream quality is bad, and when I've watched it back, the stream has also looked good in my opinion. So the fact that it's reading as an unstable bitrate is a little odd to me, but they did say that that is just something that is common for Twitch to categorize, so whatever. I'm not going to worry about it any longer. No point in stressing unless someone starts complaining that the actual quality is bad. Oh, and I forgot to set the timer. God dang it. And our RuneScape buddy is not doing any work anymore. We'll get him reset. We'll get him reset and then we'll start thinking about a second set of squats here. I probably like 1 more minute. I'll get this guy reset, I'll take another drink of water, and then we'll get back going. There we go. Excellent. All right. Guess I should probably mix up some creatine as well too before I forget. Okay, Alo's back here. It's simple and straightforward. Just keep both of your hands in the praying position, pointing downward with your fingers interlocked together, and palms closed, which looks like a big fist. It's simple and straightforward. Just keep both your hands in a praying position, pointing downward with your fingers interlock together with palms closed, which will look like a big fist. Behind your back, not behind your head. Make sure you don't rest your hands on your back. Keep a little distance or gap between them. Hold or maintain that in a specific position for about 2 minutes only. Attempt this challenge while standing up. That's all. All the best. Okay. So you're talking about, yeah, good luck. Good luck, I don't think I can get there. Not that much of a yoga guy. I'll do my best though. Try and breathe it out. I know one thing about yoga is you got to breathe. If you can't breathe in the position's probably too intense. Not like that. Okay. Behind your back, not behind your head. Make sure you don't rest your hands on your back. Keep a little distance or gap. Show me how it looks on your hands. Am I keeping it in a praying position or am I interlocking? Prayer or interlock? Interlocking, and then from my back, I'll take off my belt. That's goofy to have on the belt. Am I holding it, or am I holding it up? Because yeah, I probably won't be able to get it off my back actually. Interlocking, pointing downwards. So just like this. Arms extended or upwards. Pointing downwards. So was I doing it right there from what you could tell? Did I get that right? And your palm must be fully closed. Yeah, so I can tell from, yeah, you're not even getting my palms fully closed. I see what you're saying. Whew. Way harder than it way harder than it looks for me. You can tell I'm tight though, I bet. I'll do some of that in between my sets here. That's it? Okay, I got it. I'll do some. 2 minutes only. Okay, so that's actually really funny. So again, back when I was working at the gym, I did hire one of our personal trainers who was really into yoga, really into stretching, to take me through some workouts. And he had me get into C's and positions like that for the first time, and I went a little bit overboard. I actually was trying to like really push that C's 5 minutes, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes, and I came back one day and he's like, "What are you doing and trying to do CISA for 10 minutes? No one told you to do that," because of course your knees would start getting a little, not numb, but like, what's the word for it? You start losing circulation, hey, just keeping pressure on those joints. So that's more or less what that feeling was like. So I know people can sometimes overdo stretching when they find one they like, they really want to practice it, really want to do it quite a lot, but 2 minutes, don't extend too much. Okay. We're going to do that today. Yeah. Whew. All right. Okay, 2 sets down. We'll take another about 5-minute break. We'll go from there. But yeah, powerlifting, I do like it. I do like weight training. Very, very tough to be proficient at powerlifting and flexible at the same time. I wish some people can do it. Some people are great at what they do, but I am not. I like to describe myself as pretty average in the grand scheme of things at everything, which is fine. But I find that when I am in a really regimented weight training program, I like to golf in the summers, and I find that my ability to rotate actually becomes a lot more challenging because you're always bracing, keeping tight, trying to maintain a neutral spine when you're lifting. And then you go to golf and you actually try and rotate, and it doesn't go so well. Same? Yeah, you're a golfer? Same as in you get tight when you lift, or same as in, oh no, that's not what we wanted to do. My camera. There we go. Yeah, same as in you get tight when you lift, or same as in you're a golfer and you have a hard time rotating. So yeah, sorry about anyone on Twitch that that's not able to read the chats that I'm currently going back and forth with here with Alo on YouTube. I thought I had it set up to where my overlay here was going to be displaying both chats, and I think it was working last stream, but for whatever reason, not working today. So bear with me. Again, this is only my 4th stream in total, so we'll get better at this as we go along here. Tight when you're lifting, yeah. Yeah, it sucks that that's the case, because There are some lifters that are able to maintain full mobility, can move really well, and I don't know exactly what. I wish I knew what they were doing. I wish I knew what they were doing to maintain all that mobility, or even improve their mobility as I'm lifting, because I certainly am not one of those folks. Because I also have talked to them. I've been around athletes for a long time, and none of them, in my conversations with them, are telling me that they have like this really rigorous stretching and mobility routine. They are probably doing more than me, to be fair, but lifting is still their priority as opposed to all that stretching. They're just built different. Yeah, genetic freaks. I hate to credit genetics, because I feel like it's just a cop-out, but some people are mutants. Some people are so impressive. Again, I don't think I've mentioned it on this stream there, ALO, but I coach in the Powerlifting Association. I do compete a little bit, but like I said, I'm an average athlete at things. But I also referee, and I referee right from junior lifters all the way up to masters lifter. And what's crazy to me is seeing these junior lifters and how strong they are nowadays and how well they move. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. They're so impressive. I actually had a chance to coach at Worlds for the GPC back in maybe 2019. I had an athlete competing at Worlds, and we watched the juniors at that point in time. And there were 17-year-olds squatting over 700 pounds. It was unreal. It makes you a little bit depressed. Well, not depressed, but I don't care that much. If I do better than yesterday, I'm happy with myself. But sometimes you wish you were that impressive. Wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're crazy. My athlete did set a national record while she was there that day, but she was very, very light. She squatted plus 300 pounds at about 113 pound body weight, which is very impressive, but the 17-year-old squatting 700 pounds is pretty crazy when you hear it out loud. All right, back at it. Let's get another one. Let's go. Yeah, we're feeling good today. So, again, one thing about powerlifting, people might wonder why all the singles, why sets of singles? Hey, we're doing 5 singles today. Sounds a little goofy, but you do have to remember that powerlifting is a sport, okay? So with powerlifting being a sport, like any sport, you have to practice the skill. And powerlifting is the sport of doing a single rep. So, practicing 5 singles is a great way to build the skill of squatting heavy singles. And that's why we're doing that today. Is 375 pounds my 1 rep max? No, but it is a high enough intensity to practice pressing against weight, squatting against weight at a high intensity to mimic how that's going to feel on meet day. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you got to practice. No different than any other sport. You got to practice. If you're playing soccer, you practice passing, you practice kicking the ball. If you're practicing football, you practice passing a ball. After all, it's progress. That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for. I am likely going to do a competition at the end of the year. There's a meet called Last Chance in Moose Jaw. That is the target right now. That's probably scheduled for late November, early December. So we have lots of time, which is good because I'm not necessarily where I'd like to be. My best in-meet performance was a 430-pound squat, a 250-pound bench, and a 475-pound deadlift. So I would like to put myself in a position where I can beat those numbers in late November, early December. I think we got a shot at it. Got to keep eating. Got to keep eating. Got to add a little bit of weight. I'm right in the middle of the weight class. And an extra 5-10 pounds would go a long way. Appreciate it, Alo. Glad you came out in the stream. How'd you find us? Were we on your feed? Were you searching for things? Again, I'm new to this, so I'm always curious how people found the stream and what made you click on the stream. It's good for me to hear. Just look through fitness stuff and it recommends your live stream. Love it. Well, I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you clicked in and stopped by. I actually haven't had anyone organically stop by from YouTube yet, so it's cool to see. If you like it, I do this every Friday at 7, minus the next 2 weeks. They actually scheduled me at work for Friday evening, which they normally don't do, so I'll likely defer it to Saturday night the next 2 weeks, but in general, moving forward, you could probably expect to see me here on Fridays. If you're feeling it and you like, maybe even throw me a subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. Try and get all that stuff up. My ultimate goal, I own my own business, and that's always going good. That pays all the bills and stuff like that. But just because I like to make extra money and I'm trying to pay down the mortgage quicker, I have a second job bartending. And in a perfect world, I would love to let the bartending gig go and just do YouTube and have enough people on here that I could make a little bit of money off YouTube. We're a ways away from that. Call it a year or two away from that, but already subscribed. That's awesome, Alo. Appreciate it. Love to see it. Hello, I'm 15, weight 90 kg, and I'm 1.88 kg. I do basketball, and I'm going to start at the gym 6 days per a week for 2 months right now, and I'm a little fat. Will I see a big change? Yeah, I don't see why not. You're 15, hey? So when you're 15, you are You are, I'm going to assume male. Clarify if not. But either way, when you're 15, you're in your prime years for growth. I'm doing 700 deficit calories, yes, male. So you're trying to lose weight. Okay, 1 point. You're 90 kg and you said you're 1.88 kg. Do you mean height? Do you mean 1.88 meters? 1.88 meters? 90 kg and 1.88 meters, is that what you're trying to say? Just to clarify? Either way, yes, sorry. Okay, so yeah, like, that's not. I understand why you're on a deficit. That's fine. You want to lose a little bit of body fat. You should see a big change. 6 days a week is a lot in the gym too. Honestly, that's more than I tend to recommend. Like, if you're a basketball player, I would even recommend 4 days a week in the gym. Make those hard training days, and then spend another couple days on the basketball court practicing basketball. Hey, I guess I'd ask how many days you're doing basketball a week on top of that. Again, when you're 15, your body's great at recovering, so you can get away with a lot. Like for me, I remember playing football. I was in the gym 4 or 5 days a week, playing football 4 or 5 days a week as well. And I've never been in the gym also. That's all right. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. You're doing the right things. You're going to get, yes, and I'll also do basketball. The best thing I could recommend, if I was 15 and I wanted to hear from myself at my age, and the advice to myself would be to find a program that you like. The best workout routine is the one you're going to do. Okay? So I could write down what I believe to be the absolute best workout program and give it to you. But if you don't follow it, that routine is worthless. Okay? So find a workout routine that you like to do. Ideally, that's a good, nice balance of weights. And in your case, you're going to want to probably do some athletic movements as well. Keep the body moving well, because you are training for sport. You know, there's plenty of programs that you could do. One of my favorite programs to recommend to people at that age, my favorite program is Wendler 531. If you Google Wendler 531, there's a lot of different templates. There's athletic templates as well as like powerlifting templates. I don't think you need to be powerlifting right now. That's what I do. But, you know, when you're doing a sport like basketball, powerlifting is not going to be helpful for you. But Google a program like Wendler 531 and follow that. People are very, very, what's the name? Sorry? Wendler 531. WENDLER. That's Wendler 531. That's one of the longest standing, tried and true programs. And it works. Hey, it got me from a 95 pound bench up to a 155 pound bench. It got me from a 155 pound squat to a 225 pound squat. From about a 135 pound deadlift up to about a 275 pound deadlift. And you're going to want to get stronger, especially at your age, and that's completely within your wheelhouse, hey? Basketball players don't need to be crazy strong, but for example, like hypothetically speaking, God willing, you get yourself in a position where you're in the NBA draft. Those prospects are benching 185 pounds in the NBA Combine, hey? So you want to be able to bench 185 pounds so that you can bench that at the Combine. Is it even 105? It might even be 155. Might have to double check me on that, but somewhere between 155 and 185 pounds. You add some weight to your squat. Squat is one of the best ways to improve your vertical jump. Johnny Candido used to be on YouTube a while back. He doesn't do anything any longer from what I remember, or from at least what I'm following. But he used to post a lot of squat content in combination with vertical jumping and how that works. And he actually archived him getting back to a point where he could dunk. And he's a relatively short dude. So squatting is a great way to increase your overall leg strength and increase your vertical. Yeah, I would look up Johnny Candido. He's somebody who like just is a basketball guy. Hey, so if that's something you're interested, I would definitely give him a follow as well. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you asking those questions. Hopefully that's helpful. But at 15, get in the gym. If you're in there and you're lifting, almost anything will work. Almost anything will work. You have a heck of testosterone flowing through the system, and you almost can't go wrong. If you're in there working hard, it'll probably work. Okay, now for example, right now when I sit down, I have big rolls. Now, what I mean, do you think it's possible to make them disappear in 2 months? You know what? Probably. Maybe. Is there any reason why 2 months is possible? Is that maybe when you're going back to school? Is that why? I could see why that might be a good goal. I would say in general, you're young. Maybe that's the start of basketball season. I get that as well too. You don't necessarily need to rush it. I would rather do it right than rush it and do it wrong, I guess, hey? And you don't need to speed run your fitness. In a perfect world, you find a fitness routine you like, you stick with it for life, and you're still lifting and playing basketball when you're 60 years old. Yeah, but it's not for people to see. It's because I can't go more to the gym when I'm back in school. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. You can't go to the gym more. You can't go more to the gym when you're back in school. Does your school not have a gym that you can go to by chance? Or is there still a gym that's close enough to your school that you could do it before or after school? I know sometimes it's tougher because you need to focus on your studies and stuff like that. I maybe can, but I'm not sure. Yeah, again, the best workout routine is the one you're going to do. If you're trying to catch up every summer and you're trying to squeeze a year's worth of fitness into 2 months of summer, it's going to be really hard to do that. I go to the bus with 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's the problem. Yeah, bus. Bus is tough. You got to be on the bus schedule. 15, so you got to be close to grade 9, maybe in high school, hopefully by now. I think you get a full lunch hour in high school. You could hit the school gym over lunch, and even a half an hour or a 45-minute workout, you'd be surprised as what you could get it done during school. 15, like, you know, if you have an hour-long lunch during high school, a 30-minute workout, a 45-minute workout during lunch, and a 15-minute lunch, because you do need to eat still. Or maybe you're eating in between classes, just packing a sandwich. You know, you should be able to eat a sandwich. It's not easy, but, you know, if you want to reach your fitness goals, everyone's kind of got to make a sacrifice. Going back to your question, is it possible? Whether I say it is or isn't, that shouldn't stop you from trying, is what I'd say. Maybe I just say here today, yes, it is possible. You put in the work, you can make it happen. I might be wrong, I might be right, who knows, but you don't know unless you try. So I'd say just go to the gym tomorrow. If you're waiting for Monday, go Monday. And go as hard as you can until school starts. And then as soon as school starts, find a gym schedule that you can just simply try. try to stick to. That's what I'd say. Because I think you can do it. I think you can do it. But you gotta go. Okay, let's get another set of squats in here. We're chatting too much, which is a good thing. It's fun. But I gotta get my own. Thank you for the help. Very helpful. Appreciate you stopping by. Glad that was helpful. Okay, and we're back. Okay, one more. Sorry for the distraction. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. That is exactly what I hope happens with these streams. I hope people stop by. I hope people ask questions. I'm pumped when people ask me questions because it doesn't happen very often in my life anymore. I used to actually manage a gym. I used to personal train. I'm still doing powerlifting coaching, but it's for very small amounts of people, and I really miss being able to help people with their fitness goals. I miss talking about fitness, all kinds of fitness, because I do really like all types of fitness. Sure, I'm powerlifting today. Sure, that's my main form of what I'm doing for fitness, but everyone's a little bit different, so I love talking about it. If you have more questions, I'm happy to talk them through you right now. Thank you for the clapping, Chicklet. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you found your cats and you're cuddling up with them. Alo's cruising still in the chat. Well, thank you for the good night. Well, for me, don't know if it's a night where you live. Yes, it is night where I'm living. I am in Saskatchewan, Canada, so we're at about 8 p.m. here. And it's nighttime. I will probably finish up with this workout. I have a long time to finish up this workout. I probably still have an hour and a half here, so we'll probably finish up in about an hour and 45 minutes. I'll get some food in. I'll maybe watch a little bit of YouTube or TV before I go to bed. Maybe some wrestling. I like Friday Night SmackDown. And then we'll probably hit the hay. You're from Spain. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's got to be day in Spain right now, no? Is it night in Spain? No, it's 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. So I don't want to talk you out of watching the stream. However, if you want to get into the gym and you want to get good results and you want your body to rest and recover, that takes you sleeping. Sleeping is super underrated. Okay, people don't talk about it enough. But you don't grow, recover, lose weight while you're in the gym. You do that while you're sleeping. That's your body's time to focus on itself. I do sleep a lot in summer. Okay, just making sure. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk you out of watching the stream. I do appreciate you being here. Just need to hammer that home. Make sure you're getting your sleep in. On the topic of wrestling in Spain, there's a newish wrestler to the WWE, and I'm pretty sure she comes from Spain. Her name is Stephanie Vaquer. Yeah, and she is fantastic to watch. Loving watching her wrestle lately. Sleep around 9 hours. That's perfect. 9 hours is great. You don't need more than that. Okay. We're going to rest 3 more minutes. We'll get our last set of squats in. And then we'll go from there. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. We do have some more people watching on Twitch. If you're hanging out, send us a chat. Ask us if you have any questions. If you're just lurking, that's fine too. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Don't know if Alo's still there, but not supposed to strain. Supposed to keep my... I just thought about that, yeah. What about my arms bending? Don't strain too much. Try and breathe. Keep the palms. No problem. Might feel good to get a little bit of rotating in here, actually. Yeah, I'd probably have to even build up to 2 minutes. Did you set a timer? I set a timer for my rest period, but I don't think I could do 2 minutes, actually. I can feel my forearms tightening up in that position. I bet you I'd have to start at about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and work my way up. We'll do a few more, definitely. Yeah, I could do more stretching. You're right. I could definitely do some more stretching. Okay, that's 3 minutes though. You can also attempt it while walking around. Yeah, that's a good point. That's one nice thing about that stretch, for sure. Okay, we're gonna do our last set, and then we're gonna move on. Move on to some lighter squatting. All right. Five sets complete. Whew. Okay. Now we'll deload the bar. 139 kg. 139 kg. Let's see if I can do the mental math. So times 2 is going to be 1. It's going to be 280 plus 30. 310. 139. 305. 305. Whew. Okay, so 305. We got a ways to take off. That's fine with me. Ugh. Okay, take that off. Ooh, that was loud. Sorry if you hear that. Okay. $275, 10 on each side. $295. And a 5 on each side will get us to 305. And I think we're gonna lose the belt for that as well too. Alo says, let's get it. Yeah, we're gonna do 3 sets of 4. We're gonna do 3 sets of 4 there and see how that goes. We're at an hour and a half in and we just finished squatting. That's alright, things start speeding up now. Things start speeding up now that we're done with the heavy stuff. We'll set the magnets up for 3 sets of 4. Okay. So yeah, I actually wanted to make a comment about this. Don't know if you're still watching there. Alvarov. I'll call you Alvarov. I'm probably saying it wrong. If you're still in there, Alvarov. One thing that I would also recommend you try and find is some micro plates. These are 1 1/4 pounds. Most gyms, the smallest you're going to see is 2.5. And a lot of the time, what people are going to end up running into is a world where 2.5 plus 2.5 on each side, being 5 pounds, as being too big a weight jump, especially on your upper body lifts. People run into a plateau on bench a lot of the time because they're taking too big a jump. So the nice part about the micro plates, the 1.25 pound plates, is 2 of these together, 1 on each side, is only 2.5 pounds. So instead of, let's say, increasing from 135 pounds to 140 pounds on your bench press, you can increase it to 137.5. And that, a lot of the time, is the only change you need to make in your program to continue seeing results. So make sure, if your gym doesn't have these, that you pick these up somewhere online, and keep on making gains. All right. What do you think, Alo? Let's get a little stretch in, right? How about I set a timer? I'll set a timer even this time. Think we do 30 seconds? I think we can do 30 seconds. Keep my palms together. Keep my hands off my back. Try and breathe as best as I can. Oh, 45 seconds. No problem. Maybe we could even do a minute. We'll try that next time. Slow and steady. I need it. I certainly need it. Okay, let's just try jump on into it. 4 squats. Sets of 4, or 3 sets of 4. All right, 1 down. Oh, we're tired. Sorry, we got lots left. Three sets of 4, and then we'll do some bench. Legs up bench, which we're adding about 5 pounds from last week. 81 kilos. Can I do the mental math on 81 kilos? Times 2 is 162. Plus 10% is plus 16. So 176 pounds. £179. I can't kilo math. 179. We'll round it up to 180. So Alo, out of curiosity, where are you watching from? Are you Canadian? Probably not Canadian. Although I did check my audience recently out of YouTube, and it seemed that most of my audience out of YouTube was from Canada, which is cool to see. Maybe I should check the rest of my notes from Coach. I wonder what else he said here. Where did he send me all those? He might have sent those to me on Instagram, actually. Oh yeah, he wanted me to switch up my feet position. But I can't switch up my feet position because we will be doing legs up bench press, so that will not be the case. But I am supposed to videotape from the side. Yes. Australia. Australia. Very cool. Very cool. You got to be a big time difference in Australia for sure. Are you a wrestling fan by any chance? There's one really famous wrestler out of Australia right now. She's a lady as well. Curious if you would be able to guess who that is, if she's popular where you are. I feel like she would be, but not everyone's into wrestling, so maybe you don't know her name. Who's the most famous Australian wrestler in the WWE right now? That's my question. Would you be able to guess who that is? Grab a little water too. Not at all. Not into wrestling that much, unfortunately. That's alright. That's alright. Rhea Ripley is her name. She's an absolute stud. And I think the last time the WWE went to Australia, they went to Perth. Not too familiar with Australia, but they'll do some shots of the city and stuff like that in and around the event, and it looked like a nice place. Lots of Australia looks like a nice place, though, to be fair. Wow and oh. What are we wowing and ohing for? Did you look up Rhea Ripley? Oh. Can I steal these crabs? I can steal these crabs. Beautiful. Yep, for sure. Yeah, she's a crowd favorite. She is certainly a crowd favorite. Okay, let's get set number 2 in here. Suppose I should get you guys a better angle than that, hey? We don't want you to be watching RuneScape. Yeah. All right. 2 sets down. 1 to go. We'll rest for 3 minutes. We'll rest a little shorter now. I'd like to see what those looked like. They feel pretty light in comparison to what we were just squatting. So one thing you should be incorporating into your training is back off sets. We started off with a round of heavier singles, and then we took some weight off, and we'd continue on with some lighter sets. What this does is this gives us a great opportunity to keep practicing and accruing extra volume and really driving progress over the long term. Because there's only so much work you can do at a really high intensity. So by peeling off a little bit of intensity and getting in those backup sets, it helps you keep on making progress. I find a lot of people, they add weight, they add weight, they add weight, and then at that top set, that's where they call it. Very, very common in the gym. But what's less utilized is the back off sets. So, need to be thinking about doing some back off sets in your training. Okay. What do we think, Alo? Should we go for a minute? I think we can do a minute, hey? Big Boss Garrus, yo! How's it going? Thanks for checking out the stream. I got Alo here from YouTube just challenging me to do some stretching. So we're doing that in between our sets here. As we're squatting, we got one more squat. What are we fitting today? What are we lifting today? What are we fitting? We are squatting. What are we hitting today? Yeah. So we're squatting today. I'm through the heavier stuff. I squatted 5 sets of 1 at 375 pounds. Right now we're currently on some back off sets. We're doing 3 sets of 4 at 305. And then when we're done that, we're going to be doing some legs up bench. That was 105 there, Alo. I think we're getting there. We might be able to get up to 2 minutes. Yeah, and then we're doing some legs up bench press. And then we got some other accessory work. We'll do some lat pull downs. We'll do some hamstring stuff. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Love people joining. It's a great way to spend a Friday night. How many gifted for the OF drop? No OF here. No OF here. We're keeping all the clothes on for sure. I don't think we can even do gifted yet. I don't know exactly how Twitch works. I'm just happy for people to join. We're only about 4 weeks into this, so I'm still figuring out all that stuff. Down the road, it'd be nice to have that kind of stuff. But for the time being, I'm just working on making it a habit, staying consistent, building up some followers. If you like what we're doing, give us a follow. We do this every Friday. I will preface, next 2 Fridays, I'm out of town on those Fridays, so we're going to be doing it on Saturday instead. But in general, we're here every Friday night at 7 p.m. No, not that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff as in like the gifted, subs, and monetizing all this stuff, and having all that stuff going on. No OnlyFans. Definitely not. No one wants to see that. Call me no one. Whatever you say, big boss man. Alo, how often are you doing that stretch? Is that something you're doing on a daily basis, or do you do other stuff? You said you do yoga, so maybe you're not even doing that regularly. That was so unexpected, I know. That's alright, though. I think we're bound to get a few weirdos like that. Alright. Got distracted though. I was supposed to watch that set and I didn't even see it. Although I do like the little image of the side-to-side head. That's kind of fun. 1, 2. Okay, so squats are looking good. Depth's looking really good on them. Speed look good on them. I won't complain about that. We will not complain about that. So it's almost 8:45. Like I said, we'll probably end up going till 10. How's RuneScape buddy doing? How much progress did we make? We're down to 26,000. So we made about halfway progress. Honestly, I learned this shoulder stretch from my yoga lecture, and it just really works well for me. So I just attempt it when I'm feeling like it. Yeah, those are some of the best, hey? If they feel good, keep doing them. That's always a good idea. I agree with that. That's honestly why I've stuck with the band. The band feels great to me. I've found that whenever my shoulders are feeling the best, it's because I've been doing the banded work on a regular basis. And when I kind of get lazy with it, they don't feel as good. But I like working on this one, really reaching back, trying to get extra distance. You can kind of swim a little bit. Can't go wrong. That is one thing my yoga instructor said. If it feels good, listen to your body. Generally, that's a good thing. Your body's pretty good at signaling to you something that's good for it, and it'll feel good when you're in those positions for sure. Oh, okay, what do we think? Let's do our last one, and we can get on to some fun stuff. The mirror muscles. Enough of this legs. Yeah. Okay. Any goals or resolutions for fitness this year? I guess yes and no. I talked a little bit about the meet that I wanted to do at the end of the year. That's definitely a goal I had. Where I'm at right now, it's really just important for me to enjoy fitness, enjoy my workout routine, and do it regularly. So, more than anything, I'd like to hit the end of the year and know that I worked out 3 days a week, 4 days a week, consistently through the entire year. I want to make sure that I'm enjoying the process, and I've found that when I'm putting in that effort, I'm almost always happy with what my results end up being. I don't think that people are that hung up on the ultimate number, whether that be a body fat percentage or a weight lifted on the bar. I think they're hung up on giving it everything they have. That's why I was talking to the Alvarov earlier and just said, whether I think it's possible or not for you to lose that weight and lose those rolls, I think that if you spend the next 2 months in the gym working your arse off, you're going to be happy with the results. Even if you do still have a little bit of rolls. And I know you're going to feel good about yourself because you're going to be proud of what you did. So like, yes, I want to beat those numbers on the platform come November and December, but whether I do or not, I know for a fact, if I'm in the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week between now and then, I'm going to be happy. I really am. I am also going to Mexico in September. So I'd like to look as good as possible for that. I usually don't have aesthetic goals, but who doesn't like to look good on a beach? I will say I'm not really eating any differently. So it's not like I'm trying to cut weight and show off my abs or anything like that. But again, if I'm in the gym 3 or 4 days a week between now and Mexico, that's as good as I'm going to look in Mexico. So I do find that setting up these little mini checkpoints, something to look forward to, is a great way for me to stay consistent. I find that if I don't have anything on the calendar, I get a little aimless. A lot of my goals actually tend to be just involved in the powerlifting sport, so I've wanted to referee as much as possible. I'm really into refereeing right now, so I've already refereed 2 meets this year. I'd like to do 3 or 4 for sure. The province of Saskatchewan only has maybe 8 meets max a year that's ran in the province, so there's only so many you can do unless you're willing to travel to all corners of the province. But I'm really trying to get better at that, because the more refereeing I can do, the sooner I can start refereeing bigger meets, maybe national level meets. And the sooner I can get into those types of meets and get experience at those meets, the sooner I'm going to be able to do international meets. I'd love for a world where I can get invited to an international meet and go traveling for that. And that's going to be a 2 to 3, maybe upwards of even a 5-year thing. But I'm certainly not going to stop refereeing anytime soon. So I do think it's going to happen at some point in time. There is a shortage of referees, and not too many people get into it and stick with it. And I know that I'm going to. So, how about yourself? Have you set any resolutions? Have you stuck with them since the beginning of the year? Just staying fit and healthy, that's all. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. Doesn't have to be anything super crazy. One thing that they would teach us back when I was working in the gym, and this was a little bit more of a sales thing, but it was important for you to kind of dig into people's goals, especially when they're being a little vague, because it is your goal to ultimately help them, is the next question when I would hear something like that is, what does fit and healthy mean to you? Because you ask 10 different people that question, what does fit and healthy mean to you? You're probably going to get 10 different answers. Someone like for my dad, for example, his version of fit and healthy, he's a little bit overweight and he's looking to lose weight. So fit and healthy definitely for him includes losing some weight. But what he actually wants to be able to do is he simply wants to be able to go on walks on a daily basis. He's retired now, so he's looking for different things to do in his spare time, and he loves going for walks because that's something that's realistic for him. He's tried going to the gym before, and he absolutely hated it. That's fine. You don't need to do that. But he's going for walks. He'd like to lose a little bit of weight, so he's eating healthier. Unfortunately, he's wearing a CPAP machine, so he'd love a world where he's not wearing a CPAP machine to sleep, so he can just sleep naturally. So I guess my question is, what's fit and healthy to you? It's probably doing yoga. Are you doing any other sports, anything like that? What did they do around Australia? I used to manage a golf course before I started my flooring company, and I actually had my superintendent go out to Australia to work at a golf course in Australia for a couple years. So I've always been curious to go check out the golf courses there. He said that there was a bunch of like kangaroos on the golf course, which is kind of crazy to hear. Here in Canada, we have deer and elk on the golf courses, and it's interesting to see that you have, or here that you have kangaroo on the golf course. Equipment, exercise. Alo, I just tried your stretching instruction from earlier. Felt it work in my biceps. You got anything for improving a play scratch test? I don't know. Improving a play scratch test. Is there a typo in there? I don't know if I understand that there. Are you just asking improving your bicep flexibility so that you can get in there? I definitely feel it in my biceps too. Do I feel it in my biceps? Is that the correct way? Yeah, I could see it. Well, yeah, if I can't get my arms straight, could be from the biceps for sure. When you're typing and stuff like that and you're hunched over, your biceps are in this shortened position, so they could definitely get definitely get tight over time. A play scratch test. I'm gonna have to look that up. A play scratch test. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The A play scratch test. I've never heard it referred to as that before, but I have seen that before as a physical examination maneuver used to assess the range of motion in the shoulder, including the internal and external rotation, abduction, or adduction. Interesting. I learned that today. I have seen that stretch as a utilized before in movement assessments, but I didn't ever hear that. Yes, please look it up. Is Alo still online? He sure is. Not really, but thanks for trying it out. Appreciate you. Have you ever tried the wall slide equipment exercised? Where could I try that out here? I'll try that here. See if this will follow me over here. So one test that I always liked for shoulders in particular is the wall slide. If you could have your feet 1 foot width out from the wall, get your butt, lower back, shoulders and head up against the wall, arms at a 90, rotate them back, try and reach up, get up overhead, all while trying to keep as much in contact with the wall as possible. I really like this one. So see, this arm here on the left is floating for me a little bit forward. And I've actually dislocated that shoulder maybe about 5 times now, unfortunately. I dislocated them while playing soccer. I was a goaltender. Oh yeah. I played sports like badminton and table tennis. That's cool. Racket sports. Very cool. I played a little bit of badminton in high school. Ugh. All right, almost back at bench. A nice part about the legs up bench press is that I don't need shoes on because I don't need the shoes anyway. Thanks for stopping by on the stream there, Equipment Exercise. If you are still in the chat, I've been asking people, especially coming from the YouTube side of things, what made you click on the stream? If it was just on your feed and you clicked in, or you kind of searched things up, just because it is, I'm still new to the streaming, and just wondering where people are coming from. Yeah, I'm having trouble reaching the back of my neck from behind my back. I tried the wall exercise you showed, Hart. I'm having trouble reaching the back of my neck from behind my back. You're talking about with the scratch test in particular? Something. I followed you, so it's live for my subscriptions. Very cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So you're saying you're having a hard time like reaching the back of your neck just from this position? I know with my scratch test, I guess if I'm here, I can't really get, I can get more internally rotated. I can get contact here, but I can't really get contact here. My right shoulder is the one I have a hard time. Yeah. From my waist, like Alo's instructions earlier. Shoulders are tough. Shoulders are definitely very tough. I know I showed this one as well too. If you have a band, you know what, I am mirrored though. If you see my shirt, it reads Reeb. I might change that up now that a couple people have mentioned it, but I just kind of like the layout with the mirrored image, with the rack on this side and the gym on this side. But might not matter too much. Might be easier if it's not mirrored. The gym view is not mirrored, so this camera in particular is not mirrored. This one's the correct way. But here at the desktop, it's mirrored. Okay, however, we gotta get some bench pressing in. Okay. And what did I say? 180 we were benching? 4 sets of 5? Sorry, I forgot to mention playing pickleball next time, or tennis. Yeah, lots of racket sports. Tennis is so hard to me. I don't understand how difficult tennis is. I've tried it a couple times. I'm sure I'd get it eventually if I practice, but it is not an easy sport to pick up. Okay, Lachey on Twitch. Hey man, how's it going? I'm doing great. This has been a really good stream. We're having a good workout. Hope you're having a good day. How was your week? How's your Friday going? You can just call me Shay? Sure. Sounds good, Shay. Saya? Saya? Am I saying it right when I say Saya? Close enough. Sorry. I'll do my best. Hey, Mate. Nah, it's all good. Appreciate you checking out the stream. We're finished up with squatting today. So sorry if you're around for the squatting, but we are doing some bench press now. It's like a Singapore name. Do you think Google would get it right? Pronouns. I'm doing good. Sia? Sia? Day and week all together has been good. It's been a busy week. That's better actually. Sia. Okay. I'll go with that for now. Sometimes Google's helpful. Week's been busy. My schedule's kind of crazy this summer. I run my own business as a flooring installer. So I've done 3 apartments where I've ripped out the carpet, the lino, installed new flooring. I've played a round of golf on Wednesday. I've played a couple sets of volleyball on Thursday. This is my second workout of the week. I have a part-time bartending gig. I did that on Tuesday. Yeah, like construction, absolutely. Yeah, you got it. So yeah, like your floors basically. I do a lot of apartments. I have a contract with the city here, and I do a lot of their lower income housing, as well as their retirement homes, things like that. So what happens is people rent these houses, and a lot of the time they don't take the best care of them, unfortunately. So that means that the floors need to be replaced. What's your name, or what do people call you? Same thing as my channel, actually. I kind of repurpose it to some degree. I call it All Hart Flooring. My channel here is All Hart Barbell. My flooring company is All Hart Flooring. Yeah, exactly. Ends up working out pretty good. But yeah, no, week's been busy. Can I call you Hart? Yeah, Hart's fine. My name's Mike too. Mike works good too. Either or. Yep. Do you stream a lot, mate? No, I don't. Well, I'm streaming regularly. I'm 4 streams in. Trying to kind of make this a habit, because I have this home gym, and I used to manage a gym, and I kind of miss the gym community, and I'm trying to find a way to recreate it a little bit here through streaming. So I've kind of made it a goal of mine to stream every Friday, which I'm 3 Fridays in, doing pretty good. And then I'm kind of just posting shorts to YouTube as kind of highlights on a daily basis. So you can follow me either here on Twitch or YouTube. And I'm here hopefully every Friday. I will say, unfortunately, the next 2 Fridays I'm away, but I am going to be streaming on Saturdays instead of the Friday. So you're going to get 1 weekly stream from me. Oh, did you just start? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3 weeks in. 3 weeks in, basically. I'm going to get 1 set in here, and then I will be right back. Yeah, we got a few international viewers here, yeah. Singapore, Australia. I'll have to check the numbers back. Canadian flag, you're from Canada. I am from Canada. I am from Canada. Born and raised. I'm in kind of the middle part of the country in a province called Saskatchewan. But yeah, I started streaming 3 weeks ago. Really enjoying it. This whole concept, I guess. You might not see a lot of fitness streamers. I did look around on YouTube and Twitch, and there are people streaming, to be fair. Yeah, YouTube and Twitch right now. So yeah. So I'm on those 2. I am trying to grow the YouTube, so if you wouldn't mind following me there or subscribing there, I'd really appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah. We're cruising. We're cruising. We're having good streams. Tonight's a really good stream, actually. We're having a lot of people chatting, which is nice. It helps me fill the dead air. I know that's a really tough part about getting started with streaming. I am good at talking, but it does get challenging when you don't have people joining in on the conversation. The international viewers are fun. What's your YouTube? The same as Twitch? Yes, it is. Yes, exact same thing. Equipment exercise only on YouTube, totally fine. Equipment exercise. I have nothing against Twitch. YouTube is like my preferred one right now. I'm putting a little bit more effort into that one. But I'm enjoying Twitch. The Twitch chatters are great. It's the Twitch community is kind of really into the hanging out and chatting and stuff like that. So they're a good group of people to have here. If that's where you watch from, I'm happy for you to watch from Twitch. I just really like YouTube. I consume a lot of YouTube. That's my preferred platform to watch things on. Can't find me? Yeah, it's all Hart Barbell. But that's fine. If you have me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. In time, I'm gonna build out my Twitch page and stuff like that, and I think I might be able to link my YouTube in time. I haven't done everything that I should to really make my channel. Oh, so yeah. Oh, okay, good. You found me. Appreciate it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, good. Everyone's cruising. Love it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, no, we're doing good. So yeah, I stole this concept, this streaming concept, from one of my really good friends. I'm living in Saskatchewan now, but awesome, see ya. Appreciate it. I used to live out in Alberta, which is one province over from where I'm at right now. And the friend who I used to personal train with left the gym, and he set up a stream like this in his basement. And I loved to watch him. I loved to hang out in his streams. And it was just an overall great time. Eventually, he stopped doing it. which I was upset with because I like enjoyed hanging out with everyone and I enjoyed watching him work out and stuff like that. But he gave me the inspiration to get this started. Me and my fiance bought a house last year, and over the last year and a half here, I've been building out this home gym, and my gym's in awesome condition now. I'm really happy with the state of it. I got all the equipment I need and want, and I kind of invested in the computer and all the streaming equipment to get this stuff going. So we're going to be doing this regularly. See, I appreciate it. Yeah. So I've been saying I'm going to be doing this most Fridays. Every Friday, that's kind of my commitment. The exception is the next 2 Fridays. I am busy, so I'm going to be doing it on Saturday instead. But I am going to post like daily shorts, so if you want to watch the shorts, there's going to be highlights and stuff like that. But love for you to come hang out in the chat as well too. Hey, welcome from Twitchland. It's like you teleported the screen from chat. Yeah. Are you on TikTok, mate? Kinda. I have an account made, and I have it privated right now. And I'm just trying to keep things simple. Over time, I probably will do TikTok, but I don't want to quite yet, so I'm just not going to. Home gym tours get an average of 10K views. So I did do a YouTube short of how much I spent on my home gym. And it did pretty good, actually. So I did like that video. I might do a full video of a home gym tour. That is a good idea, where I kind of slow things down and really unpack everything. I will likely do that. For this month in particular, the month of July, I was focused on doing 1 live stream and daily shorts, just to kind of get in the rhythm of building out a channel and kind of going through the process of streaming and posting and stuff like that. But I had the goal of doing some longer form videos on YouTube starting next month in August. So I was going to try and do 2 long form videos a month. Like in my head, I wanted to do bi-weekly every second Monday, basically. So maybe 2 Mondays out of the month of August, I'll post some longer form videos. I do have some ideas now, but a home gym tour maybe should be one of those, because I could do that fairly easy, I think. Like, I wouldn't have to super edit that one. I wouldn't have to... I think that one would do well. I do agree with you. Equipment exercise. Can I ask that the vid on the lower left corner? What is that? That's RuneScape, so I can bring up the big screen. Honestly, it's just something to goof around with. I like playing RuneScape in my free time, so I have my little character here kind of just AFK strength training, and he's just, these are sand crabs. He's beating on them right here, training his strength level when you're gymming and RuneScaping. I am strength skilling in RuneScape, and I am strength skilling in real life. Absolutely. You got it. Okay, another set. I see you are very productive. We are busy, but that's how I like it. What got me into gymming? So gymming, I had been into sports growing up. So I was always into sports and being active and stuff like that. But eventually I started doing football, American football. And with that sport comes weightlifting. You need to put on size, you need to be strong. So I started lifting for football. And then once I graduated high school, I went to university for kinesiology. And more fitness came from that. After university, I got a job as a personal trainer. After personal training, I became the general manager of a gym. And I've been kind of lifting ever since. I assume you follow NFL. Yes, I am a Patriots fan. I am going to Boston in September for the home opener. It's going to be my very first NFL game, and I am super excited. I know, it's a polarizing team, but I'm a fan of all NFL, to be fair. I really like watching the Lions right now. The Lions are an awesome team to watch. You don't mean that, Sia. You don't mean that. Yeah, Lions are an awesome team to watch. I'm a big fantasy football fan, hey, and I think when you're into fantasy football, you end up watching a little bit of everybody, and you become fans of a lot of teams. You're a Chiefs fan, so one of my best friends is a Chiefs fan. Yeah, and they are the replacement to the Patriots dynasty. That's awesome. Hope you enjoy your fun there. Alo, should I do another stretch? It's been a while, right? Chiefs are... I'm torn on the Chiefs. I want them to do good in the sense that I like watching dynasties. I like watching history be made in sports in general. That's always interesting to me. But the Patriots fan in me doesn't want you to be better than us on the grand scheme of history. I don't, if that makes sense. I don't want Patrick Mahomes to be better than Tom Brady. I don't want the Chiefs to be better than Patriots. Yeah, totally up to you. If it feels good, right, Alo? No need to force it. Still don't know all the good players to understand. Yeah, fantasy football, if you get into fantasy football, right away you will learn a lot about players. Just because there's no way to draft all the players on your own team. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to be available when you kind of do your drafts. That's not how fantasy football really works. Just do what feels good, Alo. I know what you're saying. I think what feels good right now is hanging out with you guys and in the chat, because, like I said, this is probably the most active chat I've had since I've started streaming, so this is fun. Yeah, Mahomes, that Super Bowl is kind of heartbreaking. I wish it was at least a close game, to tell you the honest truth. Alo, out in Australia, do you folks ever watch American football? Do you guys even have that on television? We don't talk about that? No, yeah, good call. Not talking about that. The 2 Super Bowls prior, though, those were awesome. And I don't know if you keep up with the news there, Sia. Looks like Rice is going to jail. So he's probably going to be suspended for the start of the season. Yeah, Hart, too many reviewers burn out from over-editing. Yeah, I've definitely... Editing's going to be tough for me, their equipment exercised. I haven't got super into it quite yet, and that's why I kind of wanted to delay doing the long-form videos until at least my second month, because live streamings I obviously don't have to edit, and the shorts, basically I'm just using Opus Clip as an AI clip generator, so they're pulling all of the good clips from my live streams and just making it for me. I do have to pay $30 a month, but I'm in a position that $30 a month is something that I can do. so I'm not too worried about that. So that's making posting the daily shorts pretty simple for me. You can use streams to farm clips too. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's exactly what I'm doing, yes. I know that you can make clips through Twitch somehow, but learning everything, it takes time. I am happy with what I've been doing. That Opus clip thing is pretty freaking handy. It's doing all the heavy lifting for me, quite frankly. So I am enjoying that part. Okay, first set of legs up bench press. I'm just going to confirm I got the right weight. And we're going to do 4 sets of 5. That's the way to go. Minimally viable product. I like it. All right. Absolutely cruising. Genuine question. Do you get cash from YouTube straight? Or is it like Twitch? Do you need to be affiliate before earning? Yeah, that's my understanding. We're a long ways away from making money. So yeah, I would like to get there. That is an ultimate goal of mine. I mentioned it earlier, and in a perfect world, so I own my own business. That kind of occupies, let's say, somewhere between 55 and 65 work hours out of my day. I also have a part-time job bartending, where I do that about 2 days a week, maybe for about 16 to 18 hours, depending on how long the shifts are. And in a perfect world, what I'd like to build the YouTube and Twitch up to would be in the same category of generating as much earnings as what my bartending gig does. So if I can get my YouTube and Twitch up to a point where I can monetize it, make some money off of ads, and replace my bartending income, I would love to do that. Other than YouTube and Twitch, do you have any other socials? So yes and no. As far as connected to this process, I do have a TikTok that I will eventually get there. I'm just not doing it yet. Right now it's privated. I do have an Instagram. I've been posting on Instagram since 2017, and I just post my lifts, basically. So I'm not posting clips. I'm not posting promotions of my streams and stuff like that to Instagram quite yet. My Instagram is still more of a personal Instagram, but I'm kind of exclusively doing my lifting videos, and I do post some flooring videos as well too. I like to make time lapses of me installing floors. But it is called Hart Barbell on Instagram, and it is called Hart Barbell on TikTok. The TikTok is privated, like I said right now, so I don't have anything posted there. Here in Australia, I'm only watching the NFL commercial, the Super Bowl one mostly, for me personally. Hey, that's all right. That's all right. There's tons of sports, and I'm sure there's lots of sports that you... What's the most watched sport in Australia? Like, what... might not be a good way to say it, but like, what would be the Super Bowl of Australia? I know rugby's big over there. You mentioned a lot of racket sports. Is it Roland Garros is the big tennis tournament? That happens in Australia, I believe. No, that's Spain. That's a lie. I don't know what I'm talking about. Roland Garros is Spain. Will you be okay if I follow you on IG? Absolutely, yes. Yeah, go ahead. I don't even think I have it set to private. Anyone can follow me. It's all Hart Barbell. At all Hart Barbell. Go ahead. Okay, let's take a quick look at that bench press to make sure our form looked good. For me personally, roller skating and surfing, that's cool. Surfing would be awesome to watch. That makes a total sense. What do you mean by roller skating? The language I would use is rollerblades. It would be like 4 wheels in a boot, basically. That would be rollerblading here. Is that what you mean by roller skating, or do you mean like 4 wheels, 2 side by side, if that makes sense? Surfing would be real cool, though. That is one thing I haven't tried, and that's certainly on my list. Yeah. Okay, quick water. Sometimes I'm confused between them both. That's all good. That's all good. We definitely likely have different words for everything as well, too. I call skating the wheels side by side and blading the 4 wheels inline. Roller skating is when the wheels are side by side, and roller blading is 4 wheels inline. That makes sense. Blade is a straight line, skate side by side. That makes some sense to me. Okay, another step. All right, let's get the rest periods going. I think we'll do 2-minute rest periods unless we have some questions. I don't mind taking a little bit longer, but I have a decent amount of exercises I still want to get through. Will you consider making a Discord? Yes. Yes, I will definitely consider making a Discord. Just be patient with me. Some baby steps. Again, 3 weeks in, I'm an old man. I am 33 years old, so a lot of this technical stuff takes me a while, and I do like to do a good job of things, so I like to be really well researched and start things off on the right foot. So I may be over-prepare and over-plan for implementing things, but the fact that I'm juggling the business and the part-time job, and fiance and I are planning a wedding, I got lots of stuff on my plate, so Discord will happen. Discord will happen, absolutely. Yeah, take it slow. Yeah. Take it slow, do it right, I always say. All good. All good. I appreciate you asking. We will get there. We will get there. I've been asking most people there, Sia, where did you find the stream? You found us through Twitch, obviously. Were you looking through fitness and health? And that's where you popped in from? Or what made you click into the stream? I'm just curious because, again, still new to this, so it's good information to hear what is bringing people here. Oh, our RuneScape buddy is slacking. Scrolling through health and fitness and health. Okay, cool. Cool. I still think it's weird that the fitness and health on Twitch is a corgi. That I don't understand. I was like, okay, this guy looks chill to chat, yeah, and just hopped in. The corgi is cute. Yeah, the corgi is absolutely cute. My two best friends, they actually have a corgi. Her name is Xana. She's adorable. I love those dogs. Absolutely love those dogs. Okay, that's 3 minutes. I'm over budget. Like, I've been trying to go every category on Twitch to chat with people. I'm just trying to make some friends, to be honest. You can hang out here, my friend. Absolutely. We will absolutely take you here. Okay, what else do we got here, though? After our last set of bench, some lat pull downs. We'll do some lat pull downs after that. And then from there, we'll do some ab work. We'll wrap up. What's that? Let me know. What would be cool? If you have workout plans on stream too. What do you mean by that? So we can follow as well? So I share what my workout is? Or we'll probably get to something like that. So like, again, I did do a lot of personal training in my career. I have no problem recommending programs. I recommended a program earlier today, like what you plan to do for the stream. Okay, interesting. Okay, so... And looking back to the time that Matt actually was streaming, that's the coworker that had a stream like this, I did recommend that to him. So I said, if we knew what exercises were coming up, it would be a little bit easier to follow so that we just knew what was coming up. More information, the better. So I'll definitely look into that because I gave him that feedback. So you giving me that comment makes a lot of sense because I have made that comment to Matt before. I guess the only thing is I just didn't know exactly where to put it. Could probably put along the bottom. I'll figure it out. The thing is, like, my program shouldn't be your program. Everyone's program should be a little bit different. But if you guys want to see it, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Again, I'm doing powerlifting type training. Not everyone's going to be a powerlifter, hey? Some people might try to be. I'm trying to be myself. Not trying to overrate you. That's all good. I don't mind hearing some suggestions. Being early on, everything's on the table. What people are interested in is something that I will definitely ultimately like to consider. Okay. Alo, I wonder if you're still hanging out there. If you aren't, all good. Hope you have a good night. If you are still there, you need to tell me about some surfing. Where's a good part of Australia to go surfing? If I ever come to Australia, where should I travel to? And what beaches or something like that should I go surf at? But I do think what you should do what you like to do. At the end of the day, I agree, hey? If I'm not enjoying myself, it's not worth it. I'm not just going to cater to what people want to watch. I will to some degree, but I want to do what I want to do for sure. And I do think that people will be interested. I don't see why not. All right, let's get our last set in here. Okay. The cam that follows you, so cool. Thank you. I was pretty pumped up when I set it up. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not super techie in general. But I watched my YouTube videos and I looked through a couple recommendations and I did find this camera and I thought it would be pretty good for my particular gym setup. Because yes, it can follow me for around the gym, but it'll also be able to watch me from the cable tower. Watches me put the weights away. So I thought all that was pretty cool. Oh, and then you guys are gonna get to see Miss London. Hello, Miss London. Hello, Miss London. Oh, how you doing? You should be sleeping. This. Oh my god, doggo, no. Meow meow. Oh my god, meow meow. Yeah, internet going crazy over cats, absolutely. And she's whining. That's alright. London is a she. Yes, she is. My fiance had 2 cats when we first started dating. London and then Charlie. You folks will probably never see Charlie. He's a little scaredy cat. She is adorable. I think how old is London? I think she's 12 now. She's an old girl. She is an old lady. Hey man, just came back, but unfortunately I have to go off now. But you do you. Good chatting with you though. Have a good one. Really appreciate you chatting in today, Alo. You sure made the stream good. Appreciate the questions. Appreciate the stretches. Hope to see you again in a future stream. Very nice meeting you. Okay. What did I say next? Lap pull downs next. I think we got lap pull downs and we're do some abs and I think we're basically finished up. London is so cute. Yes, she is. She is adorable. Ugh. Little do you know, she just came down here to take a dump, so she's gonna probably stink up the joint for me. Okay, I think we're supposed to do some heavier. She can do no wrong. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Lat pull downs. Oh no, sets of 10, we'll see. Might have made it a little too heavy there, that's alright. And then, so yeah, we'll do 3 sets of 10 on lat pull downs, and then we'll do 3 sets of abs as well too. And then I think that'll be it for tonight. So we're starting to get late here. I need to get some food in here before I get to bed. Let's start with that though. Yeah. Okay, one set down. We'll set a timer for 2 minutes. Been doing a lot more abs. There she goes. She took a dump and ran. She's back to bed. Have been doing a lot more abs lately, and it has been feeling good. I've kind of skipped them for at least 5 years. But we're back at it. That's the one thing about having a coach and them scheduling you your own workouts. I don't even write my own programming, which is really nice. Although I'm capable of writing my own workouts, I have a coach programming for me. Because I am powerlifting, again, it is a sport. So what do most people have for sports? They have a coach. And when you have a coach, they can give you the programming. And it's always nice having someone else write down your workouts, because it just takes that mental energy off your plate and allows you to focus on the workout, so all you have to do is go in and execute. So Sia, you said your name was Filipino? Are you from the Philippines, or do you just have, is your family from there? Where are you watching from then? Are you from Canada? Oh, sorry, you said Singapore. When I looked it up on Google, I think it said Philippines. Singapore, you're watching from Singapore. My bad. Okay. Singapore. What's Singapore most known for then? I don't know much about Singapore. Are you guys a sports place? Are you a sports place? Are you a music place? What do you guys do there for fun? You're a food place. That's not bad either. People love food. People love food. Singapore. So I'm gonna butcher pronunciations here, but Hainanese chicken rice, chili crab, laksa, kea toast. Does all that sound right? Is Google accurate? Bakute. Fish head curry. Ooh, people probably don't like that where I come from here. Hokkien prawn mee, char kway tiao. Those are your childhood meals. Okay, so Google knows what you're talking about. Knows what they're talking about. Then, what's the best? If I could only have one, what's the best? People visit Singapore if they want to explore Southeast Asia but not be close to the city. That makes sense. It's not as densely populated then, is what you're saying? Like there's not big cities? But don't want to leave the city. My bad. We are a very dense city. Yeah. That makes sense, I suppose. Singapore. Yeah, not a very big area. Under 1,000 square kilometers. 6 million. Whew. That's a big population. That's a big population. What is Toronto? Toronto, Canada. That's our biggest one. Population 3 million. Our biggest city is half the size of Singapore. And our landmass is huge. Huh. Yeah. Personally, chicken rice, but we'll bring people chili crab. Chili crab sounds pretty good to me, honestly. That sounds like something I would like. Chicken rice, I bet you can't go wrong with. Everyone loves chicken, everyone loves rice. That's popular here too. Chili crab, I bet you a lot of people in Canada would be maybe questionable about that. But I think that would be something that I would like. I kind of like a little bit more than your average person. Oh, I am. Yeah, I'm typing away here. That's where I found them. That's where I found them. When you said you're known for food, I said, I typed in famous Singapore foods, and that's where I got that list I was reading off. Oh. Good bowl of laksa too. Yeah. Hey, who doesn't love good food? Who doesn't love good food? Here in Canada, it's a good meal. I wouldn't say it's like my most favorite thing, but if you haven't heard what Canada is famous for, we're famous for a poutine. A poutine is a French word. Poutine is how they would pronounce it in French, but it is fries, so that's slicely cut potatoes, deep fried, and gravy and cheese curds on top of that. You always want to try poutine. Poutine's pretty good. First mashes. I cut shapes. Rice cooker, bread maker, slow cooker. What else you have back there? Bread maker, slow cooker, and that's a pressure cooker. So that's a rice cooker. You're calling it. Ooh, okay. Pressure cooker, rice cooker, bread maker. That is a slow cooker. Behind it, this is just a, what is that? That might be a chopper, a blender. All of this is just our consumables, our toilet paper, our paper towel. I got some roasters up top. Ugh, roasters. Pressure cooker. Yeah, I cook hard-boiled eggs and I cook my rice in the pressure cooker, actually. I really like the pressure cooker. Yeah, I think that's it. Nothing else exciting. Just things to cook food. Thanks for stopping by I Cut Shapes. Yeah, how's it going? How's your Friday? How's your week been? Hey, you know what? I am doing fantastic. It's been a busy week, but it's been a good week. Today's stream has been awesome. We've had a lot of people stop by the stream, hang out, leave a chat. I'm eating General So chicken. I think that's how you pronounce that. I like when people from different countries come in and talk about their living. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Sweet and spicy deep fried chicken. Whew. Yeah, I could go for some of that right now. I'm getting hungry. Toes. Sounds like toes. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a set here in. Okay. But yeah, it's been a heck of a week. Good Friday. I was napping but started to get hungry. I hear ya. I've been live here for about 3 hours now and wrapping up the workout, and I am certainly going to need to get some food in my belly. And I hate that you just showed up there, I Cut Shapes, but I am going to have to end the stream here pretty shortly, so because your boy is hungry. I've been asking everybody though, I Cut Shapes, what brought you into the stream where you just I'm really new to this. This is only my fourth stream in total, third or fourth stream in total, and I've been curious what people have been clicking into the stream. Were you searching something in particular? Were you scrolling through fitness and health? What made you click on our stream today? I watch a lot of fitness streams and only saw one viewer here, so I wanted to stop by. Okay, love it. I appreciate it. Well, we are going to be doing this regularly. I've been here every Friday for the last 3. I have told people that is my regular schedule. Unfortunately, the next 2 Fridays I am busy, so I'm going to be doing Saturdays instead the next 2 weeks. If you're around on Saturdays and want to come stop in again, I'd love to have you. I'm doing it when I stream, I'm doing it at 7 p.m. CST. So that's whatever time you're at right now. 3 hours ago is when I'm going live, typically. So if that works for you, awesome. If you got other things going on, I get that. Everyone's got things going on. Dude, draw the follow. That's all right. He's got lots going on. Yeah, if you do want to follow, hey, there you go. Love it. I Cut Shapes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're on here. We're on YouTube. So wherever you like to watch, we are there. Why does it not cost anything to follow? That's how Twitch works. You can follow for free. At a certain point in time, once I have enough subscribers, I think I can monetize things, but it'll never cost money to watch the channel. There are like memberships that you can... No, reread that. Why not? It doesn't... Oh, okay. That makes sense. This ain't your first rodeo. I'm just bad at reading. That's all good. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. If you do like YouTube, that is one thing I am kind of trying to push. I am trying to grow the YouTube channel. So go like us on YouTube if you are a YouTube person as well too. It's the same channel name, all Hart Barbell. That one I'm really pushing, but Twitch is awesome too. Twitch has been really good. People have been really hanging out in the chat and visiting from Twitch, so it's really nice to see. I didn't actually know that there was going to be much of a fitness community on Twitch, to tell you the honest truth. Thought it was going to be more so gaming and stuff like that, so I didn't know if people were really going to come check out the fitness content on Twitch. But obviously there's a market for it. Post lots of shorts on YouTube and you win. Hey, you know what? That's exactly what I'm doing. I Cut Shapes. I am posting daily shorts. So, and I'm a RuneScaper. Yeah, we got a RuneScape. Except my RuneScape buddy's probably not doing his job again. Yeah, typical lazy guy. Will you stream RuneScape? I likely will. I likely will. Maybe one stream. Man is doing his best. No, he ain't. I think it's my fault, actually, but he's got a hard job. Fighting off 4 crabs at a time. He's making crab chili, actually, I think. Right? You like that? But yeah, I am posting shorts on YouTube every day. They're just clips from the stream, so so far that's going pretty good, honestly. But yeah, we're trying to grow the YouTube. Starting next month, I'll start posting some more longer form stuff, but for this first month here of posting, I'm just trying to keep it simple. And this is going well for me so far. But okay. As much fun as I'm having, I could sit here chatting all night, guys. I am going to end it there. I really appreciated hanging out with you guys, chatting. Nice to meet you, Sia. Nice to meet you, I Cut Shapes. I will be back next week, but again, next week, instead of Friday, it will be Saturday. In the meantime, I'll post some YouTube shorts if you want to like or follow there. That's awesome. And again, nice to meet you guys. You guys have a good night.